guys? I hope you're all having a great day. For some of you, you've been waiting on this video for quite some time. This video is going to be all about the truck, nothing about ATVs. I'm not even going to talk about it once. This video is going to be solely based on the truck, which is what the channel's been all about from the get-go. It just, within the last few weeks, there's been a lot of ATV content out because of the new purchases and having a lot of fun with those. I'm sure you guys can kind of understand. But this is a great time to do this video in particular. This is why I picked this video for today. I hope you guys do enjoy it. It's going to catch everybody up, whether they're a new subscriber or an old subscriber. You guys are going to be up to date on everything that's done with the truck, so you guys can kind of get a backstory of, you know, kind of how the channel started. If you're new to the channel, you know, this channel has gone on for about a year and a half, a year and some change. I've been making videos on this channel, and from the get-go it was all about the truck. That's how the channel pretty much started, and now I have no idea how, but we're almost to 40,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for the continuous support, all the likes, the comments, they really do help. I couldn't thank you guys enough. You are why I am here today, where I am currently in life, so I really appreciate that. But all that aside, we're gonna jump right into today's scheduled video. Like I said, this is a great time to do this video. I hope you guys enjoy it. There's a cricket or something making a noise over here in these trees, so hopefully they don't annoy the hell out of you guys during this entire video. Hopefully they go on somewhere else. But if you hear a piece of paper kind of flapping in the wind, it is my cheat sheet, because I know I'm going to forget a ton of stuff whenever I come out here and make this video. So I wrote it down so that I can kind of refer to it throughout the video. I already looked at it, and I'm missing a couple things, like for instance the tow mirrors. We'll get into it though, like tow mirrors, a couple of small things like little antenna, I don't know, some ins and outs I'm missing on this piece of paper, so it's not going to be exactly accurate, but we're pretty much there. We got all the big items on this piece of paper, and we're going to go down the list from when I bought the truck, kind of in order. It's not going to be completely in order, but I tried to keep it as much in order as possible. I'm going to do a quick walk around and give you a little backstory. This is a 2001 Dodge Ram 2500. It has been my baby for this past about year and a half or so. There's been some ups and downs. You guys that have been with the channel for a while, you've known, you know, the truck has gone down a couple times with VP44 issues. There've been some steering issues, but I absolutely couldn't recommend it more. It's been a great truck, easy to work on for the most part, and this has been reliable as all heck. I've had this truck for about a year and a half, maybe even 2 years by now, and I am going to tell you guys what I purchased it for. Here's a picture on the screen of what it looked like whenever I bought the truck, about, like I said, about 2 years ago or something like that. Here's a picture of what it looked like when I first started making videos. So as you guys can see, it's bone stock, nothing done to it. I purchased this truck in Hawaii. If you guys are new to the channel, I just PCS from Hawaii. I'm in Alabama now. I bought it for $13,500 with 162,000 miles on it when I bought it. So bought it for $13,500 with 162,000 miles on it. Right now it's got 178,000. So I've only put about 16,000 miles on the truck so far. So that is the purchase price. That is how much I got the truck for. Next, we're going to jump straight into the upgrades. What I started with first is going to be the lift pump, which I got a Fast 150, and I'll try to show you guys as much as possible. So the Fast 150 costed me $1,050. It was my first upgrade to the truck, tucked underneath right there nicely so you can't see it and it won't get hit going off road. So $1,050. That is the only thing, proudly, that is the only thing I didn't install on this truck. It was my very first mod. I didn't know what the hell I was doing, didn't want to mess it up. I knew it had to deal with fueling, and I knew if I messed up the fueling on this thing, it was going to be a bad day. So I did get that professionally installed at a shop, and labor and purchase price of the Fast lift pump was $1,050. Next thing I got, of course, couldn't roll around on the stocks for long. I got the rims and tires you guys see. These are 33 by 12.5 by 20 Toyo MTs with 20 by 12 Fuel Renegades with -44 offset. You guys ask me all the time what the size of these tires are, and they look absolutely amazing. I think the stance is nothing crazy, nothing that's going to kill the truck, but also looks very good. But the price I had to pay on these things may surprise you. I paid $4,200 on these rims and tires, and some of you guys may ask, you know, what the hell, why did you spend $4,200 on these rims and tires? But those of you who have lived in Hawaii, and I know some of my subscribers have lived in Hawaii or currently do live in Hawaii, you understand the price in Hawaii to live is a lot higher, and shipping these big heavy things to Hawaii did cost a pretty penny too. So $4,200 is what I have in the rims and tires alone, and I still have the stocks that you guys seen in that picture a second ago. They're right here. I've always had them just in case these, you know, pop or something like that. I can just go back to the original. I think they are, well, they're not original tires, but they're original rims. They're 33-inch tires, so I always have that backup just in case. Next on the list is going to be lighting. Now this incorporates, you know, cab lights, fog light bulbs, reverse light bulbs, headlight housings, reverse light housings, switchbacks, LED headlights, everything included. Oh, license plate lights. You know, my reverse light bulbs alone are $80. Just the bulbs for my reverse lights alone. They're LEDs. They're freaking awesome. They're amazing. I absolutely love them. Everything, all lighting included, $600. $600 for all the lighting. I didn't want to go bulb by bulb. That would just take way too long. So $600. Headlights and tail lights, I've got both of them off eBay. And then the lighting that goes with them, got them all from the HID factory. So that's how much I have in lighting alone. Now, the next thing we're going to be talking about is leveling kit. And it came with 4 Bilstein 5100 series shocks, front and back, of course. And they are 2.5-inch leveling coils. If you guys didn't know, all trucks pretty much from factory come with a little bit of a nose dip. And you got to put a leveling kit on it, make it look a lot better. And I got the whole kit off of eBay. It came with the shocks and coils included. I got it for $400 from a guy named Shocking 14U. A lot of people ask me where I get this leveling kit. Probably the second most common question after, you know, headlights, like headlights and rims and tire size. A lot of people ask me where I got my leveling kit from. I got it off eBay from a guy named Shocking 14U, just spelled just like that. If you hit him up, he will more than likely probably still have this kit on his website or his webpage on eBay. So you should check it out. It's been a great leveling kit. I have no complaints about it whatsoever. The next item on the list is going to be the 5-inch straight pipe kit from Diamond Eye Performance. I got it off eBay as well from their eBay site. So I got it from Diamond Eye Performance, 5-inch straight pipe from the turbo all the way back. I had to buy the 7-inch tips separately, and I think it was like 60 bucks. So all in all, about $400 between the actual straight pipe kit and the 7-inch tip. Now the truck is very dirty right now. Normally in my videos I clean it up before I make a video on it, but this weekend has just been very hectic, so I did not get to it. So excuse the dirty rims, the dirty truck, everything like that. But anyway, that is a straight pipe kit. Next thing on the list, and we're going to get into some pretty expensive mods here, is the industrial injection VP44. Now when my VP44 went bad, you guys were awesome. You guys helped me so much when it comes to like diagnosing and making sure that it was the pump that went out, and ended up being the pump, long story short, and I went with the industrial injection VP44. By the way, let me go ahead and stop here for a minute. There is install videos on everything I'm going to talk to you guys about except the Fast 150. Everything that I'm going to discuss with you today, there is an install video on my channel, I guarantee you, between, you know, color matching tow mirrors to putting in the cab lights to, you know, installing the leveling kit to installing the industrial injection VP44. Everything I'm going to talk to you guys about, even the tail lights, man, is on my channel in a playlist. It's titled like Watch My Entire Cummins Build or something like that. I have a playlist on my channel. If you guys want to watch from the very beginning of time with this thing, you can. That's what's kind of awesome about YouTube. You can go back, you can look at videos from, you know, a year and a half ago when I first got this thing. So I don't know if I said it already, but that VP44 from Industrial Injection is a hot rod VP44, adds like 80 to 100 horsepower straight out the box. That was $1,700. Very, very expensive piece of equipment. Next thing we're going to talk about that I don't actually run right now, and I'm going to probably make a video on this by itself because I can talk a lot about it and why I don't run it, but is the Edge Juice with Attitude. I currently have it right here. I have never unwrapped it from Hawaii. I still haven't put it back on since I left Hawaii. That's the Edge Juice with Attitude. And then I got like the stand that mounts it to the window. I have it right here. I'll probably make a video on that coming up in the near future. If you guys want to see that video sooner, let me know by commenting down below. If you guys want to know why I haven't necessarily put it back on the truck since I got it from Hawaii and got it shipped from Hawaii, comment down below if you want to see that video sooner. I'll make it sooner. But if not, I'll probably just make it in a month or so. But anyway, nevertheless, that thing was $900. I ran it for about 6 months and then had to take it off to ship it to Alabama because there couldn't be anything inside the truck, and I just haven't put it on since. So the next thing on the list is ARP head studs. This thing is studded. Probably go ahead and pop the hood for you guys. We're going to be talking about a few engine mods here in the next couple or so upgrades. It's probably dirty as hell in here. I haven't cleaned out the engine bay in a while. But next thing we're going to talk about is the ARP head studs. You guys can see the truck is studded, and let me look at my sheet of paper because I forgot how much they cost. They were $400, so $400 for the ARP head studs. Don't mind the valve cover, it will be powder coated pretty soon. And let's see, jumping right into the Steed Speed T4 manifold. I do have the T4 exhaust manifold on here. Now I'm looking at my turbo blanket, I forgot to freaking include that in the price as well. But the Steed Speed T4 manifold was $700. The Borg Warner is the next thing on the list, and it was about $1,100. Now that included the HX40 downpipe that you guys can kind of see down there, because you got to run the HX40 downpipe with this SXE line turbo from Borg Warner. So that was $1,100. I got that from Power Driven Diesel. I definitely recommend them. The only thing I had to get that wasn't included was 2 bolts from the hardware store. I think they were 3/8 in size. They were for the oil drain tube. So I had to get a couple bolts, but that was it. Everything else was supplied by Power Driven Diesel very nicely. The next thing on the list under the valve cover you guys obviously can't see is the 175 horsepower DAP injectors. Those things were $500. Next thing, we're going to kind of speed it up here. Banks cold air intake, $400. Not much to say about that. Moving right on to the Banks intake elbow, $300. It came with the downpipe, so it increases airflow. I've noticed a quicker boost, quicker spool with running this. A couple people have asked me if it's worth it. I say it's worth it just based on looks alone. I think it looks badass, but it actually does increase boost. But with that said, don't expect a crazy amount of difference. It doesn't make a crazy amount of difference in spool and boost, things like that, but it does make a difference nevertheless. We already talked about it, but I still have everything ran from my edge. I just literally have to connect like the map sensor, things like that, and connect the I still have like the HDMI port running to the OBD2 port and everything like that. I have all the wires ran. I literally just have to suction cup the monitor up to the thing, connect a couple ports down here, and that edge will be back on the truck. I just decided to leave it off for now. I think we are done with, we're done with the inside of the engine bay, so I'm gonna go ahead and close this bad boy up. The next thing we're gonna talk about is actually inside the truck. It is the ISPRO gauges. You guys know I run ISPRO gauges. I run the pyrometer, which is your EGTs, trans temp, self-explanatory, and fuel pressure, most important gauge if you have one of these 24 valves. It's going to be your fuel, or pretty much every diesel, your fuel pressure, very important. Some people ask me why I don't run a boost gauge, and the answer to that is very simple. I was getting my boost PSI from my edge monitor that used to sit right here, so I was getting my boost reading. I just currently don't get it right now. I had it hooked up into my Banks intake elbow for my boost reading. Like I said, I just took the edge off and currently don't get my boost pressure right now, so I just have to be careful is all. The next thing on the list is our PPE deep dish transmission pan. This thing, honestly, some of you guys say like, trans fans, trans cooling fans is awesome and everything like that, but I've noticed some really good results by running this PPE deep dish transmission pan with the Amsoil freaking trans fluid in it. I've noticed such cooler temperatures. If you guys didn't know, Jason, his number is in the description down below if you guys need some Amsoil products at dealer prices. His name and number is always in the description below. Hit him up if you guys want to run some Amsoil products, get them for dealer prices. But PP deep dish transmission pan, couldn't talk greater about it. Next and final thing on the list is our Dodge off-road track bar. That video was just released a few weeks back, so you guys probably checked that one out. Even if you're new to the channel, you're probably still seeing that video because it was, like I said, such recently. So we're gonna go inside and show you guys what our grand total is so we can get out of this sun because it is baking out here and your boy is sweating. That brings our grand total to $27,350. It's kind of a list. I don't know why I wrote $1,000. I kind of got sidetracked, wasn't really paying attention, but those are $500. Here's a list of everything I wrote down. Like I said, I missed like the tow mirrors, and there's a couple other things. The turbo blanket, I missed that. There was like a few $100s that I missed here and there, but for the most part, $27,350, give or take a couple $100. That is pretty much how much I have invested in this old 2001 24 valve truck that I love so much, and I couldn't be happier with it. I absolutely love them. They don't make them like they used to, that's for sure. Now the steering, the VP44, I got it. The dash, I got it. There's a few things that these trucks just absolutely suck on. We can all agree on that. And everything that I just listed, those three things, dash, steering, VP44, and there's another, 53 block. Obviously this is being a 2001 and a half. It does not have the 53 block. That was more like a 98 and a half, 99, 2000, kind of early 2000 problem. There's a lot of things Dodge got wrong, but for the most part, they did a very good job at building this truck. Couldn't be happier with it. And it's worth every penny of $27,350. That is going to do it for this video, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. For some of you new subscribers that don't know the history on the truck, I hope it caught you up to date, so now you know everything about the truck. Like I said, if you want to check out some of those videos, the playlist will be on the channel. You guys can always check it out and see from the beginning how the build process went. I hope you guys are having a good Monday, whether it's a work week or a school week. Hope you have a good one, and I'll see you in the next one. 'Cause you know that I'ma throw that. I spread the wealth.